this week on a Bubble Chat.
In Southern California, it's crazy because it seemed like, especially Camp Pendleton, Southern California, man, on Camp Pendleton.
Black women are raised to protect black men. And oftentimes we do that at the sacrifice of our own safety or what's good for us.
The worker was unable to escape, ultimately leading to their untimely death.
Yeah. That's
Well,
it.
That's all the rumor.
Hello, bubblers. Welcome to Bubble Chat, where conversations take on a whole new dimension. Whether you're a seasoned listener or you're joining us for the first time, we extend a very warm welcome to each of you. It's a vibrant space where we talk about current events or share our differing opinions because none of us disagree most of the time. We hope that you find our conversations engaging. Unfortunately, Shay will not be with us here tonight. She has other engagements. And if I seem a little bit under the weather, that's because I actually have bubble guts, which is
Oh my
appropriate because
God.
this is the bubble chat.
Why do you have to share that? Why? And to our newcomers, we are thrilled to have you here again. We are much more professional than Auntie Eve is letting on. You're here, you're about to embark on an extraordinary journey filled with thought-provoking conversations. So sit back, relax, and allow your mind to expand with the insights that await you.
And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcast. By subscribing, you'll ensure that you never miss an episode of the Bubble Chat. With every word is a burst of insight, and every participation is a pioneer of inspiration.
Alrighty. Up first, we want to bring attention to something that's very important. We want to definitely show our compassion. As many of you may be aware, there has been a devastating fire in Canada, wildfires. If any of you guys are California residents, then you know all about wildfires. It's affected areas like Nova Scotia, Quebec, about 200 structures, including 151 homes. Although these numbers and figures might change in the future, as they usually do, we definitely are sending out our prayers to those who were forced to evacuate, those who have lost their homes or their places of employment, their businesses. Um, and we know that soldiers and firefighters are doing their very best to put up that fire as soon as possible. By the way, the fire has been going on for the last several days. I think 7 days to be in total. Um, Guys, what are your thoughts? There are, by the way, there are charities that you guys, if you're able to, you can definitely show your generosity and look up some charities that you may be able to help the victims of these wildfires. Guys, what are your thoughts on this wildfire?
It's really unimaginable. Uncle Reuben.
Y'all, being in Southern California, it's crazy because it seemed like, especially Camp Pendleton, Southern California, man, on Camp Pendleton, it seemed like um, October, September came around and there was a fire every other day, it seemed. People starting fires, people not wanting to train. There was that one time where all of Southern California was on fire, where all the major highways were cut off from wildfires. So, and I know, look, was it a couple of years ago when y'all were up in the Bay Area? Um, that wildfire was going on up there where the skies were red. I can't imagine. I know, was it Philadelphia, New York, and like New York City proper and Philadelphia proper, their air quality has diminished from this fires going on up in Canada. So having lived through wildfires and having to have had evacuated a clinic due to wildfires while I was in the military, I can't imagine what's going on and people. We had a mission to do still, and that mission changed constantly. So that was a military mission that was going on. We were at a training command, so they still had to train, and we were breathing that air while it was going on. So I can't imagine the air quality of those fighting the fire, those dealing with the fire, those trying to put the fire out, and then having leadership tell you that they're not going to do something, and it was crazy. So to be a civilian on the other side and having to deal with that, I couldn't imagine worrying about your home, worrying about your possessions, worrying about your life. Uh, so yeah, it's crazy. So it's out there, you know, we lived it every year. It was like always, oh, where's that wildfire at now? Because we got to be careful. Because it was on the 5, and I could see the fire coming down the highway, literally coming down the highway from my back balcony while I was smoking. I was an idiot, by the way. That's neither here nor there. But I can't imagine the horror that's going on with this Canada fire going on now.
Yeah, I don't have much to say, honestly, but my heart goes out to all the families who lost their homes and their businesses.
All right. Up next, we're going to talk about Megan Thee Stallion and her decision to focus on healing at this time and not music. Um, Megan is known for her talent. She's a rapper, former exotic dancer, beautiful, intelligent, college educated, powerful woman. And she's decided, for those of you who don't know, she recently was testified in court a few months back in regards to a shooting incident where she was shot in her foot. I can say she was shot in her foot because that's what the doctor said, and that's what the jury, the gentleman who allegedly shot her, was found guilty. Anyhow, huh?
It was Tory Lanez that shot her in the foot.
Yeah, I know his name. I try not to mention it.
Right.
He doesn't need any more attention. Anyhow, thank you for that, Jawan. So she's been trying to focus on healing through therapy, loving on herself, um, loving on her, stepping back from social media, even though I've seen her or somebody on there posting pictures of her, devoting time to her animals, because she has a lot of animals and she loves each and every one of them. Her manager, spiritual nourishment, and just recovery. She suffers. She has some issues with anxiety due to the shooting incident, and she's just trying to deal with that and also, find contentment. Going through self-reflection, and she's found comfort in the art of journaling. So I think basically she's just stepping back, trying to get a fresh perspective. What you guys thought, Joanne?
To me, Megan has always been known for her authenticity and empowering messages. And I think it's refreshing to see her demonstrate the importance of taking time off and finding happiness outside of the public eye. She's showing her hotties and fans alike that we shouldn't wear a mask of happiness when in reality we may be struggling in a world where social media often portrays a filter and idealized versions of life. And I think her decision to step away and focus on her healing thing ends a powerful message. And it reminds us that true happiness doesn't always come from an external validation or constant activity within the music industry. I've been listening to Megan a lot. She's always is doing, some real hot girl shit. But I praise her for taking a step back, especially after going through being shot in her foot by Tory Lanez, allegedly. Yeah, Uncle Ruben.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think sometimes we need to just take a step back from social media. I think one of my best things I could have did was take a moment to get away from Twitter and not argue on Facebook and those kind of things, because I think it's detrimental to your mental health. But what she went through, what she went through, and what she was put through on social media was ridiculous. Not being believed, and that's crazy to me. Where we don't believe a victim, and it's just crazy that people have to go through that much. And I know a lot of it is just this world that we live in now, where I sit here and I think about it, like everybody just just put something out there, and it's fake, and they run with it, and it's contrary to what the real truth is, and a person could be telling the truth and they won't believe them, and just because somebody else says, "Oh no, I have the proof that it's fake," and so yeah, it's great that she's focused on herself and healing and dealing with her anxiety, and I hope it helps her, and I hope people can learn from that, and maybe one day we can get back to maybe we can get back to the truth. Maybe we can get away from true Twitter and social media and all that shit, because I think it just hurts more than it helps.
Right.
Well, it's just not social media, it's just not social media. Some of our news now is so opinionated. I remember when I was going to high school, and we had newscasters that just gave you the news straight, and it was based off of facts and not their opinions. And then sometimes at the end, after you got all the facts in the news, then at the end there was an editorial, which was an opinionated piece at the end where, whatever commentator it was shared their opinion, typically on one, subject. So hopefully we can get back to that. But I can say I dated Brad Pitt. I didn't, people, but I can say I dated Brad Pitt, and you believe me or not, but at the end of the day, people can say whatever they want to say, but it's really important that when someone is talking about being assaulted with a deadly weapon, I think that's the point where we all should just step back and show that person support. And to be fair, you can show the other person support if you want to, but at the end of the day, you were not there, so you do not know. And just from me seeing the footage that I saw when it first happened, she was clearly looked like she was having difficulty with her foot. It wasn't a close-up shot, but it was far away, like a helicopter shot. You could tell there was something going on where she was uncomfortable walking. And when she said she was shot, I believed her. When she finally shared who shot her, I believed her. And there's an aspect of it that I think sometimes people don't consider. And it's part of the Black American culture, the African American culture, in many households. I'm not saying all, but many households, you protect. Black women are raised to protect Black men, and oftentimes we do that at the sacrifice of our own safety or what's good for us. So. Because the world, the ideal is that the world is already a rough place and people are already after them. So let's give them, let's be a soft place for them to fall. Let's be there for them. And, I get it, but, any kind of violence and stuff, that's not something you have to put up with.
Yeah, I remember and I've talked about this many times before when I was in the pandemic and I was going through anxiety about with all the news about places being locked down for even longer and like kind of like as a myth, which is like similar to what you were saying, Eddie. And I just like didn't want to believe it, Like I wasn't surprised. Like for example, I remember like last summer when everything was about to open up, and then the governor like delayed the opening because COVID cases would rise back up. I had like a feeling that it was going to happen. I just didn't want it to be true. And but I accepted that it is what it is. Because like for example, most of you may have known, but I'm a moviegoer, and I missed going to the movies when we were in lockdown. That was the only thing I was ever excited about. I think the Mulan live action got delayed like twice. And then it was moved to Disney Plus. But do you know how much it costs to get a Mulan on Disney Plus? $30.
Well, your auntie bought it, so you could have went over and watched it with her.
Yeah.
She didn't tell
Are we
you.
talking about the live action?
Yeah. She thought it was free and she bought it.
It was free.
It wasn't free.
It wasn't free. I think it was $30, and then it was free in December.
Yeah, she bought it for Linnell, her grandbaby.
Anything for my grandbaby. I didn't know it was $30 though.
That's all right.
Did you like it?
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it, but it was okay to me. I can't really say it's like the best movie, but it's okay.
Well, back to Megan.
Yeah.
Are we? Anything else we got to say about Megan?
Does anyone have any extra thoughts?
No,
I am loving her latest curly afro hair. I mean, she always looks beautiful, but I'm just saying, I love her whole big hair afro. I don't care.
I haven't seen it, but
you've seen it. You probably just can't get past that booty.
Yeah. Well, on that note, talking about big booties, we're gonna move on to a more somber note. We have a tragic incident that has recently came to light that involves a lawsuit surrounding the unfortunate death of an Arby's worker in a broken walk-in freezer. According to the reports, the worker was discovered deceased inside the malfunctioning walk-in freezer at an Arby's restaurant. The circumstances surrounding this incident are truly heartbreaking. The details of the lawsuit reveal that the worker's family is seeking justice, claiming that the broken freezer was a result of negligence on the part of management and the company. There's a distressing reminder of the importance of maintaining safe working conditions. The lawsuit alleges that the freezer malfunctioned, and as a result, the worker was unable to escape, ultimately leading to their untimely death. This highlights the significance of regular maintenance and proper safety protocols. And of course, our thoughts go out to the family and loved ones affected by this heartbreaking incident. What are your thoughts regarding this tragic incident involving the Arby's worker found deceased in the malfunctioning walk-in freezer?
Well, one, previously being an operations manager, I take safety seriously. So, if I know, but just for safety, if that's truly the reason why the person died, because they were trapped in the refrigerator, the freezer, then that is negligent. If the freezer is broken and there should be immediate maintenance conducted on that as soon as possible, and in the meantime, before you can get the repairman out there should be a safety procedure that is a two-man team at all times. So there's one that goes to observe, stays outside the freezer, refrigerator, whilst the other person gets what they need, and then they come back. You don't go back there alone, because there's obviously something wrong with the mechanism on the door. So,
oh my Lord,
what?
I can't even read it. I can't even tell you this story. This story is horrible.
So I know it's horrible. Somebody lost their life. Somebody's trying to work a living. I don't, people can have their opinions about fast food. I can honestly tell you, I've never worked fast food. I've never worked fast food because I think it's one of the most underpaid and thankless jobs that you can actually work. And so, but I'm just sorry for the family's loss. I'm sorry that person lost their life unnecessarily.
Yeah, it's really devastating to think that such a tragedy could occur within a workplace environment. And I think the lawsuit alleges that the freezer malfunctioned, and as a result, the worker was unable to escape, ultimately leading to their untimely death. And it highlights the significance of regular maintenance and proper safety protocols.
Yep.
It's far from acceptable for such a tragedy to occur in the workplace, and it's also devastating to think that such a tragedy could occur within a workplace environment. And the lawsuit alleges that like I said, it alleges that the freezer malfunction. This highlights the significance of regular maintenance and proper safety protocols. So I hope, whoever is filing that lawsuit, probably the families, get what they need. Should it go after this company? Yes, they should, 1,000,000%. And I think this also goes to show the workers to make sure that you check your equipment, check your freezer to make sure it's working, check your oven to make sure it's working.
I hear you, but it's really the management. It's whoever's the manager, and the assistant manager to do those safety checks. There should be a safety log on things like that. But again, it's a fast-paced environment, so a lot of times it's a long day, little money. If it's not like a a lot of yes, a lot of fast food workers are working for extra income, but a lot they're living paycheck to paycheck, and I'm just so sad for that individual.
So I just read more of the story, and it's a 63-year-old woman who was the manager, acting manager of the store. She was asked to come. She lived in Houston or Texas, and was asked to come to work as a manager over there in Louisiana. And I guess the door of the freezer, the way they had it working was they used a screwdriver and propped it open with the can of oil. And that was the way they went into the freezer. But she was the acting manager of the store. Here's the heartbreaking part of it. Heartbreaking part is she died, but her son found her, who's also working in the store. Yeah, I just read that. She she beat her hands bloody trying to get out of the store. Get out of the, yeah, so it was, I never worked in a fast food for that reason. There's a lot of reasons why I never worked in fast food, but I've been in bad, bad freezers like that. My mom used to work in a meat packing plant, and you're always worried like they had a malfunctioning walk-in freezer. So it was the same thing. They had things you had to have somebody walk in with you or stand by the door when you were at the inside the walk-in freezer, so that this type of thing wouldn't happen. But yeah, here's a woman who knows that her store that she's working at is safe, who comes over to another store, who is the manager, who's probably doing everything right, trying to do, and Arby's probably didn't have a lot of, most Arby's has like maybe one or two people working at the most, and she's going to get the stuff because she knows that everybody else is frying and cooking and working the cash register. And she thinks, oh, and she's probably just in a hurry, walked in, forgot to put the oil, and nobody went to go check on her. They were just doing their job, and
No one said, "Hey, where's so and so?" After a while,
I guess not.
What?
They're not thinking about it, I guess. I don't know, man. That's what I'm thinking. It's like, how
I
long
don't
do you
know. My
think?
stomach is just. I mean,
Yeah,
I
no,
already have
I'm
stomach issues.
heartbroken. I should have
I'm
read more of
just.
that story. I should have just left it as it is. But to find your mom in the freezer like that, yeah, I think we should move on because that's a horrific story. Um, I guess that's me next because we're going to talk about my favorite, most horrible person in the world. Um, we got a headline that's generated significant attention, and it revolves around a lawsuit that's been filed against Diageo, a leading beverage company, by the renowned. I throw it in quotation marks because I think he's a alleged thief, but that's neither here nor there. Entrepreneur and artist Sean Diddy Combs. According to the reports, Diddy has filed a lawsuit against alleging racism against Diageo. Diageo is a global company that owns a variety of popular spirit brands. Diddy claimed that Diageo deliberately undervalued his brand Ciroc vodka and treated him unfairly based on racial bias. The lawsuit highlights issues of systemic racism and unfair treatment in the corporate world. Combs, known as Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, and Diddy, has had a long successful partnership with Diageo in promoting Ciroc vodka. In 2014, they established a 50-50 partnership with Diageo to acquire De Leon, an ultra premium tequila and some of the brand's top tier products can reach nearly $1,000 in the lawsuit. $1,000. In the lawsuit, Combs' legal team accuses Diageo of failing to support the brands and diminishing their appeal by marketing them as black brands. What are your opinions on the allegation leveled against Diageo and their significance? So a little context, more context. Um, the Didio bought this this tequila brand. I forgot what it's called, and it was only sold in 3% of the stores, where another brand, Don Julio, is sold in 33% of the stores, and George Clooney's brand Casamigos is sold everywhere. So Diddy's upset, and he also was upset about um, the packaging, saying it's was cheap looking, and so he's upset about that. So there was part of the article that said that there was a source that alleged that Diageo did, which is based in London, that did say that they were undervaluing his products, and they did market them to black or an urban customer base. So there is that part allegedly. Um, so I guess he's suing for $1 billion or billions of dollars, something like that. What are your thoughts, if you have any?
I think this lawsuit raises important questions about equality and fair business practices. Like, if these allegations are found to be true, it sheds light on the need for greater diversity, inclusion, and accountability in the corporate landscape. Like, this is undoubtedly a serious matter. Um, I think the allegations made by Diddy against Diageo, I hope I said that right. They need to be duly examined. If proven true, this will shed light on the ugly reality of racism that still persists in the business environment. And I think it is imperative that we address these issues head on and ensure that accountability, wherever is warranted.
Up next, we're going to talk about a wonderful person. As we continue to celebrate Pride Month, we would like to honor the remarkable fitness influencer who's changed thousands of people's lives, who has been a force of motivation and encouragement, and has touched just so many different people, and through his popular fitness programs and his commitment to helping others achieve their health goals. His name is Shaun T.
Shaun T is a highly acclaimed fitness expert who has embarked on an incredible fitness journey that embraces body positivity and self-acceptance. His commitment to helping others goes beyond just physical fitness. He has been a champion for inclusivity, encouraging people to embrace their unique identities and celebrate who they are. Shaun T has been a force of motivation and encouragement. He is known for his exceptional fitness programs such as Insanity, Size, Hip Hop Abs, and Let's Get Up. We salute Shaun T for his outstanding contribution to the fitness world and for being an inspiration to all.
Welcome back to Bubble Chat, and we have some more sad news. On May 31st, 2023, former Wild 'N Out star Jacqueline Smith, known as Jackie O, passed away. Her social media page expressed its deepest sorrow over the passing of Miss Jackie, stating, "We are profoundly heartbroken by the loss of Jacqueline Smith, known as Jackie O, a talented member of the Wild and Out family whose impact will be eternally cherished and missed. Jackie O was a dear friend and beloved colleague of the Wild and Out cast during 5 seasons. The specifics regarding her passing remain unclear. A previously deleted social media post alleged that she underwent a mommy makeover surgery. And I just want to say our heart goes out to her family, her children. It's just devastating.
Uncle Ruben?
Yeah, it's sad that she lost her life, and to her children, and to her husband and her partner, that she lost her life. Um, I think originally the news allegedly they said that she was having a mommy makeover, and if that's true, it's always a potential for people to have problems with anesthesia or whatever during surgery, and so that's always a concern. And it's devastating for the family to lose a loved one at any time. So, I feel bad for the family. That's all I have to say.
Um, it is truly devastating and unthinkable to learn about DC's partner's untimely death, excuse me, especially at such a young age. I've observed the incredible energy connection between DC and Jacqueline, and making this loss even more heartbreaking. Like any other loss, it just goes to show us the fragility of life, and it underscores the importance of expressing love and appreciating to those around us while they are still here, because we never know when our final day or hour will come, and because tomorrow or any other day isn't promised, and we shouldn't take every moment for granted, because we never know when we won't be able to get the opportunity, because like it could be something that can be taken away very very easily. And I just think of DC, when he lost his partner. He did issue an Instagram. He issued an Instagram post for the first time since his partner's death. He claimed, quote, I'm not going to read much of it, but he said, I wasn't in no rush to post this because I wanted it to be a dream so bad, but every hour I'm reminded of reality. So I want to make sure I applaud you in the proper manner. You are the greatest mother I know. How beautiful your soul was beautiful. Um, you always wanted the best. You always wanted the best for others, and I admired how our family loved each other. Never had to worry about our kids loving each other, because you were on top of that. We God fearing and we are grounded by the Spirit. We never question the higher power. We roll with the punches and continue to live righteous. We'll all We'll always tell our kids how much an amazing person you were, a great mother. You know how our last convo went. I prayed for you, and now here we are here. But it's okay. We will continue to pray and hold on to our faith, because that's all we know. Love you forever, and our kids are super strong. They're helping me with the tranquility, no cap. You with me forever, the queen of my children will always have a spot in my heart and the paradise. You're gonna get me for that, but it's true. Love you forever. Just know we're going harder than ever, and God is in control, and He got us covered. But yeah, I honestly cannot begin to fathom the pain that he's going through, especially after losing his wife. You know, and I'm just, but yeah, everyone, please keep close with your loved ones and just tell them you love them.
Okay. On behalf of the Bubble Chat, we extend our deepest condolences to DC Youngfly and his entire family, as well as those affected by this tragic loss. Our hearts go out to them during this difficult time. We hope they find comfort and support from their loved ones and the community as they navigate this unimaginable grief. All right, moving on to our next topic. We have some heartwarming news to share. Recently, Dove Cameron, Boo Boo Stewart, and Sophia Carson, three other stars from the popular Descendants franchise, reunited for a special event to honor their late co-star Cameron Boyce. As a lot of you know, Cameron Boyce sadly died in 2019 from an epileptic seizure. His untimely death left a void in the entertainment industry and touched the hearts of many. This reunion shows the power of friendship and the impact one person can have on the lives of many. It's inspiring to see these talented actors come together for a greater cause. Cameron's family, parents, Victor and Libby, and Sister Maya, along with Yara Shahidi, who received the Cameron Boyce Foundation's Youth Empowerment Award. Going together, Yara was honored for her remarkable activism, STEM awareness, women's rights, civil rights, and her selfless acts of kindness towards others. Now, I'm curious to hear your thoughts, co-hosts. What are your reactions to this heartwarming reunion and the recognition of Yara Shahidi?
Any?
I think I think it was a great thing. That's about it.
I'm just happy they're reunited and are Cameron. I sort of say couldn't begin to fathom um, the pain that they were going through when he passed. I grew up watching Jesse and The Descendants and Disney Channel, and I could tell how much of an impact he made on the entire community. Uncle Ruben.
Yeah, it's a good thing to reunite, and I'm glad the Yara Shahidi was received that award and was recognized for her contributions. So good on them.
Yeah. Do I have the next topic?
It says Andy, but I think you can read it because you haven't read
Oh, wait,
something in a
wait, wait,
while.
wait. Hold on.
It's the Angelina Jolie topic.
You can read it, Joanne.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, we have a jaw-dropping story that has been making headlines. Brad Pitt, the Hollywood superstar, is suing his ex-wife, Angelina Jolie, for allegedly secretly selling her portion of the $160 million Chateau Miraval. I hope I said that right. According to reports from the Times of India, Brad has filed a lawsuit against Angelina, for claiming that he sold her stake in their iconic French estate without his knowledge or consent. The Chateau Miraval, located in the south of France, has been a symbol of the former couple's high-profile relationship. It was purchased by them in 2011, and since then, it has served a private retreat and a symbol of the love story. What are your thoughts on Brad Pitt's lawsuit against Angelina Jolie?
It's the song that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. She won previous battles. That's why she was able to sell it in the first place. He's trying to say that it was a vindictive move, but um, Angelique Jolie's camp says that he had the opportunity to buy her out but he wanted, along with buying her out, he wanted her basically silenced on any alleged abuse. So she sold it to somebody else because she wasn't going to be silenced. That's her story. Sounds about right to me, but I wasn't there, so I don't know.
All I can say is, this isn't the first time Brad Pitt suit was filing a lawsuit against Angelina Jolie. He's filed a lawsuit of their homes many times nowadays. That's
Yeah, but she's won previous battles, and hopefully she'll win this one.
all, Roman.
I'm not really into all this, you know. At the end of the day, she can do it. If it's hers to sell, let her sell it. You know, they moved on. Let her
Mm-hmm.
sell it. If he's if he wanted to buy her out, but it just gives him a chance to hold on to something that keep a hold on her. So he's pissed off. I was gonna say fuck him, but yeah, it's not his part to tell her who to sell it to, or how to sell it, or any of that stuff. So that's not his business. If you don't want to buy it from her, then that's on you. If you're upset of who she sold it to, then that's on you too. Um, get over it, move on. Um, so whatever.
That's all the 2 cents you're getting out of us.
Yep. All
All right.
right.
Our final topic today focuses on actor Tyler James Williams and a recent incident surrounding his sexual orientation. According to TMZ, Tyler James Williams was mistakenly identified as gay after an article was published, causing a whirlwind of speculation and assumptions. Tyler James Williams, known for his roles in popular shows like Everybody Hates Chris and Abbott Elementary, swiftly addressed the situation and clarified that he's not gay. In his response, he emphasized the importance of respecting individuals' privacy and not making assumptions based on rumors or incomplete information. What are your thoughts on how Tyler James Williams addressed the situation and his role as an ally?
I think he did well. And I never understand this whole outing situation. The only time I think outing is inappropriate is if there's um this is just my opinion, and a lot of people disagree with it. I understand, but my only time I think outing is appropriate if someone is being dishonest with their partner. Outside of that, I don't think you should be outing anybody.
Oh, Ruben.
Yeah, I don't think it was right. It's not anybody's business if he's gay or not. It seems like, why would you make the assumption and to say he's yeah, everybody's so quick to make these assumptions, and it's it just it just frustrates you to I think we've talked about this too often. Everybody's quick to make a clickbait article be first with information,
Right.
to and not fact check anything or do anything like that, and just I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Um, and I do agree with your auntie about the not being honest with your partner. If that's kind of kind of a weird situation if somebody's stepping out with somebody of the same sex and they're married to the opposite sex, then I think that that's kind of appropriate to out your partner then. I think that's something I agree with her on. So.
Yeah, I think it's important for public figures like Tyler James Williams to use their platform to basically educate and create positive change. His read he has his he used his support for the LGBTQ plus community and emphasized the need to celebrate diversity and stand up against discrimination. I think it's important to remember that being an ally means supporting and advocate for the rights and well-being of the others, even when it doesn't directly affect us. Like, for example, me, I'm not a member of the LGBTQIA plus community, but I'm an ally. I support to those who they are. I have many friends who are part of the LGBTQIA plus community, but yeah, we can go on and on, but yeah. Any other thoughts?
I just think he's a stand-up guy, and his brothers who have shared that they are part of that community have, said that he's always been an ally and very supportive of them and very helpful during their journey. So I just think he's a stand-up young man, and I think people should be careful of, what they're reporting and why they're reporting it. Yeah, that's
Well,
it.
that's all the rumors. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode of the Bubble Chat. We've covered a range of topics from the latest entertainment news to social issues and personal stories. We hope these discussions have provided insight, promote awareness, and engage our amazing listeners. We, of course, value your input and perspectives, and we want to hear what you think about the topics we explored today. Your voice matters to us, so please share your thoughts, comments, and questions with us. You can leave a comment on whatever you get your podcast. Send us a message on social media. We're always eager to continue the conversation with you. And don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. By subscribing, you'll be the first to know when we release new episodes. Stay updated on the latest discussions, interviews, and special guests that we have in store for you. Subscribing is easy. Just hit that subscribe button on your favorite platform. Thank you for tuning in to the Bubble Chat. We appreciate your support, and we look forward to bringing you more engaging content in the future. Until then,